Good morning. Just chatting away there to the team, not realising that we had 5 seconds to go, despite the fact Jamie's done a great, big, long countdown. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning to you. We are, well, it's afternoon here in the UK, bang on 12 noon. And you have got me on this side for the 2 live shows today. With it being Saturday, we're going to kickstart with, of course, our craft along. And then later on, we're going to have our Make It Saturday, whereas you guys know all the fun that goes on when it comes to the Make It Saturdays. You guys know better than I do. Now, when it comes to, of course, this show itself, it is that craft along. If there is any questions you need to ask, then, of course, we do have, of course, the social team on there. We'll go back to that just in a moment, because I am not on my own, of course. If you have already seen the social, just within the last couple of minutes anyway, you'll see the photo, the team photo of myself and the gorgeous, beautiful, loving, of course, your cardigan, and that is Debbie.
Hello,
Debbie.
A lot of love for my cardigan today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh, it's so lovely to be back, and lovely to be back because this is a rare occurrence. Myself and Craig, we never ever work together. It's very few and far between. So I'm really looking forward to spending my Saturday not only with you guys, but with the gorgeous guys in here. I feel a little bit outnumbered today, I'm not going to lie, because I am the only lady in the building. However, that's not to say I'm not going to enjoy myself, because I absolutely am. And yeah, we've got a craft along. We're going to kick-start with the craft along. I love craft along. It's one of my favourite shows, as you all know. I talk about it all the time whenever I get the opportunity. And we're going to be using our silhouette dies. Now, I'm marking a special occasion, which is why I've made this particular card, because I want to say huge congratulations to my gorgeous niece, who was 21 last Saturday. She's gone to Rhodes on Sunday. Her boyfriend proposed to her on Monday in Rhodes, in the middle of the Coliseum. So this one's a little bit of an... I'm safe to say, I know for a fact she's not watching. She's sunning herself somewhere with a cocktail or two. So I'm safe to say that this card can stay under wraps, because you're not going to tell them, are you? But yeah, so we're going to be using the silhouette dies. This is the project we're making. And where is the menu for everything that you need? Well, this is what you're going to need. I've personally used the Cherish Moment stamp, die and stencil set, because, of course, celebrating those 2 lovely youngsters getting engaged. I've used the Alpha Mini die set. That's just to personalise it with a K and the C, because that's for Casey and Cam. Jet Black Opaque Pigment ink pad for my stamping. Gold Midas Metallic ink pad is what I've personally used to do some embossing with. All you need is a sticky ink. So you could use a watermark ink with a embossing powder, or you could use any of our opaque ink pads, or things like our hybrid ink pads like the Duets, to be able to create that effect. But of course, I've used clear embossing powder. White cardstock, black cardstock, gold glitter cardstock is what I've personally used to keep it quite striking and a little bit monotone kind of feature. Also, what you're going to need are these extra bits. Now, I've used the Gemini Mini. You can use any die cutting machine. A guillotine, any size guillotine, or a paper trimmer. Scoremaster, or any scoreboard you can use for this. I've used the stencil stamp platform. I personally at home use my little one, and I may use that again. Any kind of stamping platform. You will need a heat tool for your heat embossing technique. And of course, to make sure you get the best effect, you need an anti-static bag as well. And then any of your glues. I've used all-purpose tacky glue and foam pads on this. And that is all you need to make this beautiful card.
How beautiful is that? And you could be making exactly what Debbie's going to be showing you, or of course you can change it up slightly, entirely up to you. And that's what, of course, is great about the craft along. Before we delve in, we have got Jan on the socials this morning, with Rachel away in the background, just giving a little wave to everyone. Kathy Myers is saying good morning, everyone from Missouri. We've got Cindy G saying hello. We've got Lois is in saying good morning from Ohio. Frasina is saying good morning, Debbie, Craig, Jamie, George and Jan. We've also got Matty as well. He's just outside Flooring today. He's a little camera shy, so that's why you've not seen him in the photo. But yeah, you've got Debbie, you've got myself, you've got Matty Flooring, you've got George producing, you've got Jamie directing. That is your team for the whole day. Linda is in saying good morning. Zoe Carver is saying good afternoon from West Sussex. Louis Burton is saying good afternoon, everyone. Trudy's in saying good morning, everyone, here from Central Florida. Lynn Harvey is saying hi, Craig, Debbie, the amazing CTV team and the the wonderful social media superstar. And to everyone, I hope you're all well and enjoying your day. Well, day's pretty much just started, certainly when it comes to the live show, but it's been a lovely morning so far. Christine Mahoney's in saying good morning, and Susie Moore is in as well saying hello. Now, before we just go straight across to Debbie, of course, everything that you're kind of going to see is available across on the website, so you can have a look there, whether, of course, it's .co.uk, .com or .eu. While you're there today, have a look. We've got the 10 for 10, so you can get 10 items for £10, $10, or, of course, €10. Of course, don't forget, for you guys stateside, of course, you are going to have that Tara's charge as well. So just check out the website when it comes to, of course, your basket. It'll all then be shown there, right along the bottom there. One of the things you will find, of course, when it comes to the craft along is that silhouette die. Now, I've not got any details on the show. We're keeping them away from you for this morning because we'll show you that this is what you can get. Find them across on the website, and then, of course, you can then get creative with them. Each of these ones here, what you have got is you have got your silhouette, you've got your stencil, and then you've got your stamp to go with them as well. Really beautiful set here. It's amazing the amount of different things that you can then be creating, whether you use them all as their own individual set. Maybe you want to start to mix and match, you can do that, or of course you can then start to use the components individually. Entirely up to you. And as it stands, of course, it's the one that Debbie is going to be using there. Craft along, if you've never seen me on this side before, usually I tend to go really quite quiet just to let you guys follow along with Debbie, and Debbie tell you what you need. However, if there is any questions regarding what Debbie is doing, please just let Jan in the social know and I'll jump in and ask Debbie. But in the meantime, well, we're all good, Debbie, if you are.
I am, absolutely. I was just going to say, any questions? You could also ask. It's the Eurovision day today.
Oh, you like your Euro?
I say here in the UK, over in Basel, I think it is, isn't it? Or is that how you say it, Basel? Basel?
I'm not sure. Where is it? Is it Switzerland?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but yes, so, yeah, and you know, I'm a big Eurovision lover. I love me Eurovision, of course.
What do you think of the song this year? Because you were just playing it to us just before.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I love the different genres of it, so yeah, I'm a bit excited, although I don't think we're going to do very well. Bet they are amazing, and hey-ho, who knows? It's the wacky world of Eurovision. Who knows what's going to win?
You just never know.
Exactly. Right. Let me know what you think of Eurovision. Let me know what your favourite Eurovision's been as well. Let's have a little chit-chat, Eurovision chit-chat. Of course, mine is Bucks Fizz, back in 1981.
Yeah. Do you know who mine is?
They ripped the skirts off. They still rip their skirts off now, to this day.
Yeah.
They still have a bit of Velcro, change their lives forever. Yeah, true story. But yeah, that's been my favourite.
Do you know what my favourite is?
Go on then.
Katrina and the Waves.
Oh, yeah.
Love, shine a light.
Shine a light. Oh, I love that song, yeah. And do you know what? That was the song that broke the spell of between Bucks Fizz to Katrina and the Waves in 1997, 16 years. Look at me with the facts.
Yeah, look at you.
Johnny Logan won 3 times, twice on his own, one with a song that he wrote. Yep, there you go.
Who needs Ryland and Scott Mills when you've got Debbie there, eh?
I shall be there tonight. When they said I was working Saturday, I was like, okay, I'll work Saturday, but it's Eurovision. Uh-oh, what time do we finish? I was like, timing it, I'm thinking, I'm okay, I'm all good to go. As long as the roads are kind to me, as they wasn't on the way up. Right, are we ready?
Yes.
We'll start by making our card blank. Now, if you've already got a 6x6, because that's basically what size this is. If you've already got a 6x6 card blank, you're good to go. The only thing you're going to need are the measurements for the mats and the layers. So, I'll make my 6x6. So we are going to take our guillotine and chop our first panel down to 6x6. And then we're going to have another piece of cardstock. Keep your bits of card because we'll come back to using those as well.
Okay.
But the next one we'll have at 6 inches. But I'm just going to leave this one. Now, if you've got a large guillotine, I usually take it to about 6.5 or 6 3/4, depending on the size of the tab that you want. Because I've got the small guillotine, I'm just going to take it roughly to around what I think is 6 3/4. But we shall put our score line straight in and we'll stick them together to create our card base. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, grab a scoring tool, and I'm going to use it this way because obviously I wasn't accurate with my measurements. I'm going to take it to the 6-inch mark and just literally pop in a score line so that I now know I've got a 6x6 base and a 6x6 front or back, whichever way you want to attach that,
perfect.
to create the 6x6 card, which is what I'm just going to do now. Just let's get that little bit out of the way. So I'll use my tape pen. It's a bit dirty, actually. I forgot to put the cap on. I keep forgetting we've got a cap on it.
I forget as
Do
well,
you forget?
Debbie. Yeah.
So I end up with glitter, gilding flakes, gems, all sorts, and then I can have really ruined it because you forget there's a bit of a hole there where everything just goes into. So yeah, so it's always wise too, and I think I might have got something caught on there. There we go. I've got that running again. So I'm going to put my flap on the inside. I think it makes for a neater finish. We are going to literally pop something inside as well, and if we get time we'll decorate it, but for now I just want to get my card base sorted.
It's a great way to say this, Debbie, because I know in the UK we're really lucky having so many different card sizes at at arm's length, whereas stateside, not easy for you guys. You're quite limited, so it's nice to see you making your own one.
I make everything, Craig. Everything.
You do,
I even give myself the space to do the leading. Do you know that what we call the leading edge?
Yeah.
So that I can open that up. So I know some people have a difference of opinion. Some people like it neat, they're not bothered. But I like if I'm giving it to someone that they can actually open it up quite easily. So that's why I always leave a little bit of a chip on there. So yeah, that's the card base done basically. So we'll just coat all our mats and layers. Now, guillotine, Debbie, what did you just do with it? Did you see what I did with it, Craig?
You just had it.
There.
Oh.
Hiding.
Couldn't have gone that far.
It's like my phone earlier. Couldn't find my phone. Didn't know what I'd done with it. Right, gold cardstock. I'm going to go in with this gorgeous glittery cardstock, and we're going to measure that in at 5.5 inches. Because I don't know if you've noticed, and we talk about this a lot, don't we, Craig, about his measurements. Normally I go 1/4 inch. But sometimes it's nice just to add a little bit of extra depth to give it a different kind of frame, which is what I was looking with this look. So I'm going to cut this down to 5.5 by 5.5. We are going to extract it. So if you've got your paper trimmer, we are going to extract that centre part because that's quite a lot of glitter cardstock that's going to get wasted. So if you've got a paper trimmer, we're just going to extract out from our first layer the middle part. I'm going to take it to about 3/4 inch.
Just to say as well, Debbie, if you don't mind, on Wednesday night, the 5 o'clock show, I done a craft together, but it was more of a kind of tool 101, and I went over the guillotine, the paper trimmer. I showed you how to gut in detail, and the craft knife and the swivel craft knife. So if you want to replicate what Debbie's doing, you want a little bit more detail, go back and watch that show on Wednesday.
Absolutely. It's always good to recap on tools that we have because we automatically think everybody knows how to use them. But is not always the case. It isn't always the case. Right, so that's the first layer, which is the 5.5 by 5.5. We're going to come in with a black piece. Now, I'm not going to stick anything down just yet because I'm going to create a little bit of natural shadow by lifting on foam pads and things like that. But this size is, let me just move those bits out of the way, Craig, 5.25 by 5.25. So we're going to come down, and this is where the 1/4 inch rule applies. And I say rule, just my way, so that fits over the top. You can, of course, extract out this centre if you want to, but I'm going to give it a bit of depth, so I'm going to keep that in place. But the next one, we're going back to the gold. And obviously, we did have like some spare bits, but I've got this piece here. So we're going to cut down this to 5 by 5. So I'll recap those in a second for you. Ooh, sorry, that's a squeaky... ooh, what's a bit oiling?
They were just wondering a minute ago, what was I doing? Because I went right up to the camera. See on your shot now, Debbie, where it says craft along. I'm thinking, what does that say underneath? It's not. It's the way it's positioned. It's the glass mat.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, look, yeah.
I kept thinking, what is that under?
Is that better? Is that better for you?
Well, it was just, I thought if they added something under the logo, but
no,
it's not.
No, it says 13 by 19 craft glass.
Like, what is that?
I did wonder where you were going.
Yeah.
But where's Craig off to? He's gone really... Is that... I'm like, where's he gone?
Oh, they've added... Is that like the date or something on it underneath now? Is it Debbie's name?
You comic. Right, the next layer is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then the base part of our card will be 4.5 by 4.5, which is what we're going to work from. Oh, I have got a squeaky.
Squeak.
Squeakity squeak it is. that's coming up. And I'll recap these measurements for you in a second. It's proper squeaky.
It's been well worked.
It's literally the squeakiest guillotine. I can tell it's new, or it's had a rebolt. It's been
Tighten slightly.
tightened is the word I was looking for, because it feels tight as well. Right, so 6x6 card base, 5.5 by 5.5 square with the centre extracted, 5.25 by 5.25, 5 by 5, 4.75 by 4.75, and 4.5 by 4.5. Exception to the rule on mine is that I have actually added an extra bit of strength because this is a tentfold card. And when you have things that are top heavy on the front of your card, it kind of weakens the back. So I like to put in extra strength to give it extra rigidity, to mean it's not going to be all floppy and fall over when you give it to the recipient. And it means you've got a really strong base card. So we are going to add 2 more layers into there, but I'm just going to put those out of the way because that's the front. We're going to take the black cardstock back and we're going to measure in with the first piece being at 5, and I'm going to go 5.25.
Okey-doke.
In fact, no, we'll do 5.5. 5.5 by 5.5, and obviously we want to be able to write, unless you want to put gold, because you could use your gold in there if you want.
True, couldn't you? Yeah.
But I'll go in with 5.25 with this piece.
So Debbie, just let me know at any point. We have got some Eurovision chit chat, so just let me know at any point when you want me to read
Chuck it
them.
over here. Chuck the chit chat over here. I love a bit of Eurovision chit chat.
Rightio. So we've got Mandy saying, good morning, Craig, Debbie and the CTV crew. My Eurovision Song Contest fact is ABBA won with the Waterloo. The UK gave them 0 points.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Can you believe that? And we, as a nation, as a country, are huge ABBA fans.
We are, aren't
How
we?
the heck that happened? I've just no idea. I've got no words whatsoever for that one.
Crazy.
But that is an absolute true fact.
Lynn is saying, I loved Sam Ryder's Eurovision entry last year, but I'm in agreement with Debbie about Bucks Fizz. Yeah.
Yeah, who said that?
Yeah, that was Lynn Harvey.
Lynn, yeah. Sam,
Yeah.
Sam.
It
Robbed.
was a good song, wasn't it? Yeah.
Robbed. Actually, technically, another fact for you, that year, Sam actually won.
Well, you were saying...
He won the jury vote, sorry, not the public vote. The public vote swayed it the other way, but Sam actually came out first in the jury public vote. And going back to the day before the public vote was in, that would have been the winner. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not controversial, that's just a fact. Just stating a fact, yeah. I'm just going to pop that in there first of all, Craig, to get that sorted so you can see. Now, if you wanted to cover up that, that little bit there, you could actually put another base in at 6x6 again if you wanted to, but I'm not too fussed about that one. So I'm just going to pop that in and get that base stuck down so I'm not confusing myself. That's another thing, because I end up confusing myself. So I'm just going to pop that into there and let that set. Right, we want to bring in the 4.5 by 4.5 piece because we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing. Now, I've used one of our metallic ink pads. I've gone with gold because I really love this gold one. You can use any metallic ink pads. You can use any pigment ink pad. The word pigment being the word that will give you the stickiness, which means you will end up getting the clear embossing powder to stick onto that ink pad in particular. That's why I've chosen that one. If you haven't got a Midas one, then there are other ones that are out there. And off the top of my head, Craig, I'm thinking opaque pigments. I'm thinking the duets, any of the duets, colour blooms, any of those. I'm also thinking, watermark. Use your watermark and then take a coloured embossing powder, because we've had a few of those in the past. So you can use any of those. So anything that's got a sticky kind of feel to it that's going to attach an embossing powder to it is the one that you're going to use. So personally, let's grab out, and you can choose whichever one. If you've got all of these, you can choose whichever one you want. So I'm going to use, obviously, the Cherish Moments. This will work with any, because each one has got a die. It's also got a stencil in there, so you can create this background any old way you like. Now, the thing that I need is my finger dauber. I'm using a little finger dauber. Any kind of implement, and I'm just saying I've used my finger dauber. It's in there somewhere. Where have you gone? Have I took it out?
Disappeared again.
Well, I can't believe I've I don't even know I've managed to lose a finger dough. I fetched me one finger dough. I fetched everything today,
So you've
Craig.
lost your phone, you've lost the guillotine,
honestly.
now your finger dauber.
Well, I lost my glasses the other day, my sunglasses the other day as well.
Is that the cool ones you had on this morning?
I lost those.
Yeah, you look like a right
Lost a pair of scissors
singing
outside
diva.
when I was gardening. Don't ask. I weren't cutting with the scissors. I was cutting the strimmer wire.
Ah. Have you got the shades there? The guys
Oh,
are
I've got
asking.
my shades, yeah. These are the ones that I lost.
Here we go.
This is what I came in with this morning and I didn't realise that they were all going, look how showbiz she looks. I went, showbiz? I'm thinking, what are you talking about? It's because I got my shades on.
You look like you should be on centre stage of Eurovision.
Oh,
ready to sing.
bless
You've got a cracking voice.
Well, if Remember Monday wants, a little bit of help, I think I could fly there by the time we finish the last show. Might just get there in time.
You could use Sarah's private jet.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Now, I've got a finger dauber for a reason. These stencils are quite small. And when I say small, that's not to do it a disservice. It's just that I want to get into the nooks and the crannies. So a sponge, one of my favourite sponges, as you all know, because I talk about it a lot. One of these will work, because you can get right into little points as well. I think if you're using an ink dauber, I don't think you're going to get the best coverage.
I struggle, and I love the blending tools.
I think you'd struggle a little bit. So with something that you can put the pressure into is going to be absolutely fine. I might just use a little bit of, have I got any low tack tape here? Yes, we have. Let's grab a little bit of low tack tape. So I'm just going to hold that into place. So I'm just going to anchor it roughly around the halfway mark. And we're going to do this in stages. So we're going to take, just making sure, because there were a lot of yellow on there and I didn't clean it, did I? Should be all right. Yeah, that's fine. And this is what I'm talking about by getting into the nooks and the crannies of the stencil. And I want a nice coverage of that ink in there, because I want to be able to pop the powder over the top. And the reason I'm doing it in stages, Craig, is because it could get a little bit messy.
Okay.
You could get, you could get yourself into a right pickle. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do?
What's that?
I forgot to put the, I forgot to put the anti-static bag over it.
So, funny you saying that. If I go right back, Louise Burton on Facebook has said, what is an anti-static bag and what is it for?
It is to stop. So when I'm going to apply clear embossing powder over this when I've lifted it off, what can happen is fingerprints, moisture, any more sticky ink could get anywhere, and it's just literally to put like a barrier over it.
That,
it's like a barrier to stop any of that from happening. So it's always good to use one. You can use a bit of corn flour in a little sock or a bag or something. I think there's another one. It's corn flour's one. I think, does talc work the same way?
Some people say talc.
Yeah, we're just thinking talc. I mean, personally, I prefer a anti-static bag for this reason, but Debbie just forgot to do it. So we're not going to do a Debbie at all. What we are going to do, though, is grab a spare sheet. Just let me use a bit of black underneath there. I'm going to keep that there for now. We're going to tip over your clear embossing powder. I'll probably try and get that back into the pot. Now, a great example now, because I didn't use the anti-static bag, I can see that it's caught in areas. So I'm going to get a brush and I'm just going to take that excess off.
So if you don't have one or you forget to use it, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. But you do want to make sure you haven't got any straggly bits of powder, because it will set, even though it's not got, it will set onto there. Grab your heat tool now, and then we're going to heat set it. So let's just try and normally I give it a little waft first to get it up, to get the heat up. So give it a little waft, and then top or bottom, it doesn't really matter, to be fair. Which way do you do it, Craig?
Well, Debbie, depends on my mood. Sometimes I go at the top, sometimes I go at the bottom. Depends on my energy levels. If I feel quite strong, I'll hold my heat tool above. If I'm a bit weak, I'll go from the bottom. What have I said, guys? What have I said? I answered Debbie's question. Georgia's obviously just
put
getting
it
used to all this.
There's no right or wrong way, but
No.
what you end up getting is that beautiful shine on there. And again, if you can see, let's just give that, it just finishes that off absolutely
doesn't it?
beautiful. Now, if you want a more clearer, and because Craig's covered it before, where you could double emboss or triple emboss, what you have to do when you've used something like a pigment ink is you've got to keep that warm. It's no good me putting over the top now because it won't stick. So I'd have to apply the heat back over the top and then sprinkle it on, reset it, and you can create a really lovely enamel finish. But for the sake of this craft along, we are not going to do that. What we're just going to do is carry on with our design. So I'm going to come in again. Now, I am going to use the anti-static back this time. I may say a bit late, but it doesn't really matter.
So that's what you would do if you were using it first?
Yeah, absolutely. Go over that cardstock first. I'm going to roughly do kind of the same part, same place again. And it's just a bit of repeat. Rinse and repeat. So we're going in with the little dauber. We're making sure, and you can of course stick your stencil down by using a spray. We know the spray that we use here in the UK is the stick and spray, which is the repositional. But because it is a small area, it's not too bad.
No.
What I would just say is be careful because I've got quite a lot of ink. And if it transfers onto your fingers and then you put that down onto the cardstock, you'll probably end up with a bit of transfer ink. So it's just a case of holding it into position and then lifting.
I definitely agree with you. Although that I'm a big fan of the blending tools, Debbie, when it comes to these stencils, I do use the finger daubers.
Yeah.
I think they're definitely the best ones.
Absolutely. So again, we're just going to sprinkle over the top. If you love the metallic finish though, you can absolutely keep it as it is. I've got some dirty bits in mine. Did you see that then? Get out. Don't want you in there. Right, so I'm just going to repeat again and then we'll carry on with the design. Now, as this is the lovely thing about these. Oh, do you know what I didn't do, Craig?
What's that?
Didn't take my brush because I can see a bit of excess embossing powder, and it will affect the finish. I promise you, it will affect it. I'm probably just going to rub that off in a second. Have we got an eraser handy anywhere? Let's.
It's nice to see how you can use that stencil at the top and the bottom as well. Certainly with me at first glance when I got them, I was thinking, you know, the stencil goes in a specific part underneath the die cut, but use it for your backgrounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have got a nice bit because we are going to decorate it more. This is, you could stop here at this stage if you just like that little, because it's like created a little bit of a frame, but we're going to create more of a frame. And simply just by turning it around, adding it into the corners, but it is literally, and if I just pop this like so, I'll just explain again. Turn it this way, but I'm going to move it round and I'm just going to add it now. So it's going to come in. And again, I'm not worrying too much if it goes over. I just want to kind of link it together. So we'll hold that down roughly around there. And again, exactly that same place with the ink. Push through the stencil.
Thought about using it as like a framing aspect.
Yeah, well, because of the couple, I just
Yeah.
thought it looked really lovely. Now I can see I've put a bit of excess ink down there, but I'll get away with it. I'll cover it up in a bit. That's what I'm saying about, you know, transferring it over fingers. If your fingers get stuck in the ink. I am a bit of a messy crafter. Don't know if you know that about me, Craig. But I get everything. Look at me. I swear. And do you know what? I think I might try. But do you know what? I'm not going to worry too much, Craig. I'm not going to worry too much because what I can do is kind of incorporate in the next time that I do it. So again,
See what you mean,
exactly the same. Tip that off. Should have tipped that back into there. Take off the excess powder. Which is just around there. And then heat set that one. And that's all we're going to continue to do. We're going to create this framework using the stencil. And again, like I said, if you don't want to do the heat embossing stage, you can still do this with an ink and leave it there. You could do a two-tone ink. You could, you could use any ink. You don't necessarily have to heat emboss it. I just love the way that heat embossing finishes off a project. And then again, just got to pop that onto this side, exactly the same. And where's my little finger dauber gone? Oops. Now then, that's not what you want to do. Guess what I just did? I'm going to have to clean that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to grab another... we haven't got any clean ones, have we? I just want to know where my... Do you know what? Can I just pause here?
Yeah, of course you can.
Because I want to have a look in my bag. I think because my finger dauber, I definitely brought it. I definitely put it in that case. So I'm going to have a little look for it because Debbie needs to clean this one up because guess what she did? I dropped it straight in the powder. That's not a good move. So I'm just going to pause there. We'll come back in a second and we'll see if I can clean this up. If I can't find my dauber, I'll catch you in a minute.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Gives you the opportunity as well to catch up when it comes to, of course, what Debbie's making. If you are going to be making it afterwards and you're just watching, now's the opportunity to go and put the kettle on or grab something to eat or drink. We'll be back in a couple of minutes to carry on with the craft along.
Hi, it's Julesy One Kenobi here with my hoodie on. I just thought I'd let you know another reason why I absolutely love Crafters TV. The laughter and the giggles and the dressing up and the jokes. But the one thing for me that absolutely made me laugh so much I cried was the birthday week Vegas dressing up, where Ben was Belvis Mesley. And I just couldn't stop laughing because of the wig. The wig just did it for me, and I just absolutely couldn't stop laughing every time it came on. And that's another reason why I just love Crafters TV.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hi, my name is Sherry Jackson and I have been a fan of Crafters Companion for at least 7 or 8 years now. I love Crafters TV. I mean, what's not to love about it? They've got great products, great prices, great people that work there for them. The customer service is great. The presenters are great. Demonstrators are great. Everyone there is great. I just love all the products. I love the tutorials we get. I love all the demonstrations, the craft-alongs, the master classes. Not only do you sell the products, but you teach everyone how to use it. I love the interaction on Crafters TV. I love the fun, the game, the prizes. There's just so much about Crafters TV. There's nothing not to love about Crafters TV. You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family. I'm widowed and live alone, and every day I look forward to watching Crafters TV, whether I watch it live or whether I go back and watch the reruns. I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion, and I love all of you, and I'm so thankful for Crafters TV.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world.
It also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
Lots of you joining this morning, this afternoon. Thank you so much. Crafty Stacey Lewis saying hello to my favourite and my friend Debbie, and the amazing Scotty Hottie Craig. What a proper treat it is this morning. I'm watching while cleaning. Oh, I need to get mine done at some point. Amanda's in saying, good morning, Craig and Debbie. It's so lovely to see you both together. Although I watch CTV regularly, this is the first time I'm able to craft along. Oh, lovely to have you crafting along. If you are crafting along, or even if you are doing the project afterwards, always make sure that you pop them on social, of course, and then tag Debbie. You know, you're welcome to tag me as well, whether, of course, it's Facebook, Instagram. It's always lovely to see. We've also got, Lois is saying, I've loved all the recent educational classes that you've had. Thank you. Thank you to you, CTV. You're welcome. Been some good ones this week, hasn't there? Em's books are everywhere. Is saying, good morning from California. I guess my cat Humphrey didn't want me to miss the craft along because he woke me up just in time. Yes, love it when that happens. Karen is saying, hi all from a sunny and warm Croydon. Happy to be watching live and with the two most loveliest people. I dip in and dip out whilst I'm at work. Thank you. I do have to say, and a lot of lovely comments say it's lovely to see me and yourself back together again, Debbie.
Aww.
So thank you, because it's lovely to be back with Debbie, and it's lovely that our love and enthusiasm with each other beams throughout the screen. But yeah, any other questions or any questions that you've got when it comes to, of course, the craft along, still let us know about your Eurovision. You've got
Yes,
Eurovision
please.
Queen across there. Let us know any facts, any of your favourites, of course. Do you see a world, Debbie, where Celine will appear tonight?
Oh, I know, 1988,
Yeah.
Celine. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, God, wouldn't it be great if
It
she
would be
did?
good.
Oh, that'd be a coup. That would be a coup. Yeah, I forgot all about Celine. Yeah. How can you forget about the world's greatest
I
singer?
know.
I mean, really.
I know.
Right, are we ready?
We are.
Let's finish off. So this is where we're at the moment. So we're going to just finish off now. I've had to wipe it down, Craig, because I was getting absolutely caked in. So I've wiped it down. I've given this a good clean as well. And we're just going to continue with the ink through the stencil. And again, just push it into the stencil.
Loving the gold tones with this.
It's lovely, and it looks
really
absolutely
is.
divine when it's done. I think what I'm going to do, Craig, while I've got the stencil there, I'm just going to quickly add it into the corner, and it's just literally to build up a little bit of a pattern. So again, and I'll do this side as well. Plus, it'll speed things up. I keep forgetting we've only got an hour. I do get a little bit carried away with myself
We do,
sometimes.
don't we? Yeah.
So I'm just going to bring back in a bit of the black and sprinkle over the top of both of that.
But isn't it amazing? The first four that you've done, Debbie, look at that kind of apertured shape that it creates within the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, it looks really lovely when you start to play around with the stencil. Now, what did I do with the brush? Oh, Craig, can you do me a favour?
Of course.
Could you just put the fan back on for me? I've gone a little bit hot
course I
again.
can.
Actually, let me take my cardi off. That might help. Yes, please. That
Yes.
would be lovely, because it's although it's a bit overcast today, it's gone very warm in the studio.
It is warm.
I swear it's these lights. I come in here, Craig, every time. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
That's good.
Now, we'll just say when you are using embossing powder, just be careful where you position your fan. That's all I'm going to say. Just be careful where you position that fan. Now, we need to set that. So, again, I've just wiped off the excess and we'll come in and just go over the top. And like I said, top or bottom makes no difference. You'll hear some people give their opinion. I've said sometimes on the top, if you have it on the top and you keep it in one area, You can singe your cardstock if you leave it in for too long. So I think that's why the argument is about why you put it underneath, because if you do, it doesn't affect the top design.
Yeah.
But I'm a believer in doing what you feel right with.
Exactly. I do it from the top as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because I don't know, I just feel more comfortable with it this way. Like me, going underneath, it feels a little bit alien going underneath, so that's why I like to do that on the top.
I think I feel got more control over the top.
Yeah, definitely. Got a nice little bit of ghost in there. I didn't realise I'd moved my stencil. That looks quite nice actually though.
Happy accident.
So that's that one, and then we'll just finish off with these two corners. So we'll do both of those at the same time as well. So it's just using a fraction of the stencil, pushing the ink through. And
When
again, just on the other side.
Launched these on Hobby Maker, I had an absolute blast prepping my demos.
Oh.
So I just love that silhouette look.
I mean, it was only because of the engagement as to why I picked these two. Because I thought, I need a card and I need to make sure I've got a card ready for them when they come back. And because of work, I know for a fact I'm going to be a bit snowed under. So I thought, right, kill two birds with one stone, Debbie. And I do love that one. The last time I come up, I did one for Jamie because Jamie liked the little girl with the barolli.
Oh, yeah.
And like a reverse mirror image of a puddle. So I did that one for Jamie. So, so it was nice to play with this one, but I can understand why you had a lot of fun with it. Covers so many different occasions.
So many occasions, yeah. And I'm just a fan of that silhouette look anyway.
I am. What I love about it though, and if we get time I'll show some samples, is that you can colour them as well. So you can use it as a silhouette as it was intended, or you can take your colouring mediums and add a bit of life to them. There we go. That's all we need to do for our background piece. And literally that will now sit onto the top of this piece, like so. And I think whilst we're talking about that, in fact, I might just let that cool down. Well, I said cool down, it's all but cooled down. We'll just use, let me just clean up a little bit there, because what we'll do next is we'll die cut. We'll get our little couple and we'll die cut with them as well. In fact, Debbie, top on. There you go. And then we'll stick that down onto the top. So
that background you've just done, you would think that that's come from an actual full stencil, but it's not. You've just created
from that little
yourself
stencil,
from that
yeah,
little stencil.
Absolutely. I was thinking then, why is my tape runner not working? It's because I got it over at top of that. I'm thinking, why is it not? What's jagging it back? It was because I got it over at top of the cardstock. I'm like, oh. What's happening? Why is it not working?
Oh,
and I do feel, in fact, you know what?
Is it coming
to the end? It's come to the end. Ooh. Now, you see, this is mine, so this is what pays when you're up here. I can pinch one from studio.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
We all do it.
They'll never know. Oh, actually, there ain't no... Oh, my life, you have got to be kidding me.
Is there? I know Matty's out there, but I know there's a
I'll have to wait till I get home to replace it because there ain't no replacement one, so I'm switching to my glue. I'll just pop it down with a bit of glue. Can't believe that. Studio full and they're all empty.
Oh, no, none in that one either.
Oh. Now, I am going to, even though I've cut this, I'm going to trim this a bit more.
Found them.
What was that, Craig?
Found them.
You found them? Yeah, I need a replacement. What have you found them? I need to replace mine now. No one's watching. It's fine.
No one's watching.
It's fine. In fact, I'll do that in a bit. We'll carry on with craft along. Actually, I need to do that because I've got a show coming up later, haven't I, with Make It Saturday, so I need to replace it. So that's my excuse, and I am sticking with it. Now, as much as I like that frame, Craig, I want to shorten it a little bit. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to take off with my squeaky guillotine an extra bit, just to give it a little bit of a teeny tiny frame. I like that better.
Nice.
That's for me. Right, so we've got all our mats and layers. Okay, so we'll put those on, we'll get those done, and then we'll finish off with the die cutting of our couple. Our lovely couple. And then you can personalise it however you want. So obviously I've personalised it for the gorgeous couple in question, my lovely, gorgeous niece. I mean, 21, she celebrated like the blooming queen. Honestly, she's had so many parties, so many birthdays. So I'm not kidding. But she said it's the only time it's going to be all about her for a while before she gets another special birthday. So I kind of get it.
I get that.
It made sense.
I get it.
It made sense. Yeah. Bless her little heart. Love her to bits.
21 again, eh?
To be 21 again, I know. And she went, I'm so old. I'm thinking, how dare you say that in front of me? I'm approaching me, big one me soon. Oh, smooth talkers in my ear, smooth talker in my ear then, did you? Yeah, I can't believe I'm hearing that. I can't even say it, Craig. I can't even say it.
You don't look it.
Bless you, thank you. I'm only three years away from it. How did that happen?
Is that it?
What the hell just happened? Had to get it in there.
You know what I'm like with WrestleMania? That's what Debbie's like with Eurovision.
I am. I am. I can't help myself. I absolutely adore it. Every year it's my guilty pleasure. I absolutely love the Eurovision. It's mad. It's crazy. I'm hoping it starts at 8. I'm hoping it doesn't start at 7. I'm hoping it starts at 8 so that I can be back at home with a nice cup of coffee, sit down. I'm actually having a little online party with my friends.
Oh, that'll be good.
On TikTok, we're going to be discussing it all. So I thought, yeah, that'll do. Because we all live all over the country, so it's very difficult to get together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 8 o'clock, yay! That's my evening sorted.
If not, we would have just said, Debbie, just leave early and I'll end the show. Priorities. Eurovision's a priority for you.
Right, so I've popped foam pads on because I just wanted to lift this matten layer, and I'm just going to anchor that over the top. You can give yourself a little bit of wiggle time. Obviously, we've been doing this a while, so to get that on is, you know, even though we do get it wrong sometimes, but sometimes it's easy to be able to see where you're going. But if you want a bit of wiggle time, a bit of wet glue, just so you can get that into place. And then I am going to pop them onto the back of here as well. So I'm just going to pop my foam pads onto the back. I was like a kid at Christmas, Craig. I found a big bag of me large foam pads at home.
Did you?
I did. I was looking for a new fine tip applicator, and then forgot about my hidden stash. It's like being a kid at Christmas, isn't it? When you find something that you haven't seen for a while. I'm like, oh yes, got a hidden stash of foam pads I had no idea about.
When you put them in the safe place and you forget where the safe place was.
It happens all the time. I need to sort the craft room out, Craig. It's got a little bit wild again.
Has it?
Yeah. I mean, not to the stage that it was 3 years ago, but it's gone wild again, and I really do need to get on top of it before it gets to the stage of the 3 years, because it will happen. Now, I'm going to have mine there. There's nothing to stop you from having the couple there, but I wanted this gap here for my personalisation. So I am just going to pop that down. In fact, I'm just going to lift that up just a tad, just to make sure I've got that central. That will do. And then we're good to go. That's his base done with the inside, and it's good to go now with, and I've chosen black and white and a bit of gold for this die cutting. And we're going to just take our lovely little couple. These will go through your mini perfectly. They're perfectly sized for that. We'll go in with the black shadow first. So let's go in with the black shadow.
I like what Zoe Carver is saying. Debbie, just say the viewers wanted to see how to change the tape refills.
I will do that. I think we've got time. Yeah, we'll do that because absolutely, your wish is our command. Is that the right way you say that?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of having live shows, isn't it, to be fair? We can do these things. There we go. So I've got my little couple there. We're going to have it in white. Probably can get away with, I can get away with that. So
Michael's in from, he's not saying where he's from, but he's saying, good afternoon, Craig. And the delectable Debbie, looking fabulous.
Thank you very much. Delectable Debbie, I'm being called that. That sounds so glamorous.
Sounds very delectable.
I love it. Love it. Right, so Bit of the gold in there as well, so we'll have a bit of gold. Oops, on the gold, Debbie, on the gold. And then we've got our 3 little characters cut out. Because it is the glitter cardstock, I'm just going to run it back through just to make sure I've got a nice precise, because obviously it's a coated cardstock and can be sometimes tricky, even though it's what I call a straight solid pattern. But it's sometimes nice to be able to cut out into thicker materials and thicker cardstock. So there you go, it cuts out still as well. So just move that to one side. Let me get rid of those bits.
Catherine Wood is saying, good morning, Craig and Debbie. My 2-year-old granddaughter is watching, mesmerised. Maybe another crafter in a couple of years.
Oh,
I think so.
I love that, Catherine.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do sometimes wonder, obviously, how we've been so fortunate, Debbie, to be crafting as, you know, just a hobby and a passion, to do it as our job. I wonder who's now watching now that is then or is starting to be on that journey to be on TV, wherever it is in the craft industry.
Yeah.
And, you know, a few months or a few years.
Future CTV stars as well.
Yeah.
Now, I've just dropped and gave that a little bit of a drop shadow. So I literally just dropped it downwards and to the right to create a drop shadow. But because it's got a bit of gold, and I know it normally wouldn't be on a shadow, but I quite like the idea of having a bit of gold to tie it all in. I am using tacky glue for this because tacky glue on a coated cardstock sticks better. And of course, this is coated. So I am using tacky glue and I'm doing exactly the same. Drop it down, drop it to the right to create that lovely shadow effect.
Wow.
I want a little heart for the centre, so I'm going to use that in the glitter cardstock. So I'm going to come back in and pop a little, and it is a small die, so please be careful when you are using it, not to lose it, because I've done that before. Magnetic sheets are good for that. Magnetic sheets are really good so that you don't end up losing it. Oh, while I've got my plate out, let's personalise it again. So, come on you. Stay there. Let's get my little C.
Ah, the little alphabets.
I'm going to go in with gold again. So let's grab a C and a K for case. And my gorgeous little Casey.
This is why we love the craft along. Daisy Wrench on YouTube is saying, hi Debbie and Craig, thanks for this show. Now I have the card for my son's engagement and his bride-to-be loves gold.
Oh, that's lovely, Daisy. Oh, that's really lovely. When did they get engaged, Daisy? Let us know.
Let us know. Must have been soon, eh? If she's wanting to make.
It's got
make
to
her
be,
card.
yeah.
It's got to have been soon, yeah.
Yeah.
How lovely.
So again, I'm just going to come, and again, you have got like that. You've got the sentiment in there as well. So there's a stamp sentiment. Where did my art go? Oh, it's there. Left it behind. Can't be leaving my art behind. Let's just pop. Come here, you. There
Yeah,
we
see,
go.
I was thinking too many broken hearts. Too many broken
Oh,
hearts.
a bit of
in the
Jason.
world. Yeah, Jason Donovan. We don't
A
want
bit.
broken hearts. We want nice, full hearts.
What
Yes,
was that?
Jamie. Yeah, we can't have a full heart. Let's have a mended heart.
So let's bring in our couple. Now I'm going to put them on foam pads as well. So I'm going to lift them up. That'll create a little bit of a natural shadow as well. And I'll just trim this one down a little bit. And then I might split that one just in half a little bit.
Isn't it amazing, that little difference as well, having that triple drop shadow?
Yeah, it looked really nice. I think because of the gold in there, Craig, I felt like the black and white didn't do
Absolutely.
it justice, so that's why I did that bit of gold in. Let's just pop those. Oops, stay there, you. Let's bring them back in. And like I said, this would work either way, so it looked lovely there, and you can put them that way. But I wanted that little bit of extra space just in there, so I'm just popping those into the centre. I'm going to drop a little bit of a love heart just in between the pair of them. Where's my picky up pen? Picky up pencil. I'll use my picky up pencil. That should work. There we go.
The
Can
great
drop my
thing as
heart.
well is, let's say for instance, argument's sake, you didn't need an engagement card at the moment. You could do exactly what you've done, but let's say substitute the gold for pink and then put the ballerina in there.
Yeah.
And then that could be, of course, like a birthday card for a little girl. Or so you can still follow along exactly what you've been doing. You just substitute the colours in the die.
All right, so I'm just going to put the K down.
Imagine seeing some, not that you would see anything like this card in a boutique store, but let's say you did. What would you pay for that?
Oh, I know. And you're personalising something as well, aren't you?
And you said it's 6 by 6, didn't you?
Yeah.
So if you got your pick of the week that's still across on the website, make your envelopes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm just placing that in, making sure I've got that when I'm happy with where it is. The tacky glue will take hold. So we've got our personalisation. The last thing we want to do is we want to stamp, and I'm going to go and grab the black ink pad. We'll stamp our sentiment. So in your folder, you'll also have your cherished moments. And I'm going to use the black opaque ink pad. Let me just grab a little bit of white. We've got lots of spare bits of white from our make. And I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. What did I do? I put down here. Let's put that down there. So just take your stamping platform, pop your cherished moments. Now, obviously, if you were wanting to change it, you could use any of your stamps that you might have in your crafty stash. So you might have got like a wedding or an engagement or something like that in yours. Just stamp that down. And then, again, I'm going to dip it because at this point you don't have to. You could just keep it as it is, but I just want to heat set that as well to give it a really nice finish, a heat embossed finish. So again, just pop that over the top because it's a pigment ink pad again. What did I do with my brush? Let me go around there.
So Daisy's come back, just put, shame on me. They've been engaged a couple of months, but everything has moved so fast. They're getting married on the 31st of May. So I suppose this could be a wedding card, lol.
Wait a minute, the 31st of May. That was a quick engagement.
That is, what's that, 2 weeks
31st
today?
of May this year.
Yeah.
Wow, they don't half move fast.
Yeah, 2 weeks today.
I like it.
Yeah.
No long engagement there.
Nope. You don't want a long engagement, do you? You've got love. Your heart's full of love. Just get married. And a
I ain't
pocket
been
full
to a
of money,
wedding
of
for ages,
course.
can't
You
wait.
know,
I've said to it, better not be a long engagement. I ain't been to a family wedding in years, so we're overdue one. Overdue one. Now that's my cherished moment. So all I'm going to do is, and there's no right or wrong way here, there's no measurements, you're literally just going to chop that down with your non-squeaky, I am oiling this, with your non-squeaky guillotine. We've gone from one extreme to other, from a loose arm to a squeaky arm. Oh my life. I'm going to pop it onto a bit of black. So we'll use this one, use this glue. And then lastly, I'll finish that off with a gold layer. So I'll pop that on. So again, please cover your ears. And then a little bit of gold, and we've still got plenty of spare gold, so we'll just add that on. And if you want to decorate your inside, you absolutely can.
You've pretty much done that cut. If I'm right in thinking, one sheet of gold, one sheet of black, and one sheet of white.
Yes.
Wow, that whole card out of 3 full sheets. Well, 2 if you add for your card blank.
Yeah, 2 sheets of white,
Yeah.
1 sheet of gold, 1 sheet of black. Still plenty spare over as well.
Wow.
And lastly, I'm just going to pop on there a couple of foam pads because we'll add that onto the bottom and give that a little raise as well. Let me just trim, Debbie, trim. And then come on, you will come off. There we go. And then lastly, just pop that onto the bottom. Actually, I'm actually gonna have them sitting underneath it actually. So looks like they're sitting on the top. And there you go. You've got your
Wow.
beautiful cards, personalised. This one is an open fold because I forgot to put them the other way around. The other one was a 10 fold. But yeah, where you can personalise your cards with this gorgeous collection. It really is a beautiful collection. And I hope you've enjoyed this craft along.
Awesome, thank you so much for that one, Debbie. If you have been making that one, you're going to be making it, do pop it across on social if you feel comfortable. It's always lovely to see. And of course, you can always watch back till your heart's content. Just go across onto Crafters Companion YouTube channel, add it to the playlist if you want to, and then of course you can go back time and time again. Now, if you are watching live, we'll have a little break for an hour, and then we're going to be back for Make It Saturday. So we're going to have lots of fun there. We're going to be having a look at some of the past items within this week. We've got goodie bags in here as well. We're just going to have some fun. So if there is any questions you've got for Make It Saturday, do send them through live within the show and I will throw them to Debbie. But in an hour's time, we'll see you then.